Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Knitscents. My name is Jan and I am your host. You can find me on Ravelry as Jan Ellen RN. You can also find me as Jan Ellen RN on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the show on my blog, which is knitscents.com. And we also have a Facebook page, which is Facebook/Knitscents, whatever it is. I'm going to put it right here so you can find us on Facebook too. And all of my information will be linked below. If you're watching on the blog, it will all be below. And if you happen to be watching on YouTube, if you click the Show More button, all the information will drop down, and I will try to link everything that's in the show so that you will be able to find it all. I would really like to thank all of my returning viewers. I cannot tell you how much your support really means to me. I did not think I was going to go past one episode. So episode 5, I'm like, this is great. So I will, as long as you want to watch, I will keep the episodes coming. And a very special welcome to any new viewers. Thanks for trying me out, and I hope you enjoy. I apologize, there was a delay in recording, and I'm really happy to be able to be recording today. I actually missed it. I know, 4 episodes, and you're like, I want to do this. I have things to talk about, and I wasn't able to. So I'm glad to be able to record today. I haven't tried it on a Sunday yet, so I'm not sure what my interruptions and distractions are going to be. So that should make for some interesting comment later. But we'll see. We'll go with the flow. Things are, well, housekeeping wise, are pretty much back to normal here. We're just piles of dirt that are going to sit there till the spring, but that's okay. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to keep rubbing my ear, but I have a problem with the ear right now. It's part of a whole bunch of health issues that just popped up out of nowhere. So I know why little kids, when they have problems with their ears, that because they're like tugging on them, because I've been like tugging on my ear for I don't know how long now, but hopefully it won't bother me, and I really do apologize if it gets annoying. But other than that, as I said in my post, I had been under the weather for a couple of weeks now, and I'm feeling a little bit better now, so I really wanted to record, and I really want to get out of this house of mixed nuts, because if I don't get out and get some fresh air, I'm probably going to just go crazy. So this was a good start. This week's episode, we are going to cover some Scentsy, and actually we're going to cover a bit of Scentsy because there's a lot going on. I was so excited on Friday with the new warmer of the month, October 1st, and I just couldn't do it. So I have that to show. I have some other things to show, so I'm really excited about that. So we have some Scentsy news. Part of the reason why I had delayed recording was because I had not picked up my needles since the last episode, and I didn't have all that much progress then. But I did do some, and I have changed things a little bit. I've picked up some older projects that I was working on that took a little bit less. I'm sorry, that is my dog playing with the squeaky toy. So I picked up some older projects that were already in progress, that didn't take the brain power, and I was really happy to do that. That was helped get me back into my knitting mojo. So we'll share that. No spinning again, but I do have some spinning mojo coming back. I do have some things for things I'd like to do. I did not enter Spinzilla this year. It's the first year since they've had it that I've not participated. But last year I spun like there was nobody's business and ended up at the orthopedist. And the problem lasted all the way through May. And, it's gone now. It's fine. I have no trouble spinning. But with everything else right now that's going on, I didn't want to risk having that problem again. So I'm going to be I'm sorry, rooting for Team Knit Girls, because that was my team for the past few years. I really loved spinning with them, and I don't even know if this thing is still recording. I have no way of telling. Okay, let's just hope for the best. So go Team Knit Girls. I will be spinning with you in spirit, and I will probably make sure that I spin that week just to help keep everybody's mojo going. But it isn't going to count because, like I said, I did not enter this year. I didn't want to drag the team down. I knew I would not be able to put out as much as I would need to. So I'm with you all in spirit. And moving on, let's talk a little bit about Scentsy. I hinted at the October warmer of the month, and that it was a sports-oriented warmer. And now I can share all the information with you, and here's what it is. It is actually, you pick one of the 4 warmers. There are 4 warmers this month to choose from. There is a baseball, and that one is called Home Run. There is a basketball, and that is called Slam Dunk. There is a soccer ball, and I think that one is called Goal. And then there is Touchdown, which is a football. So you pick. All 4 of these are on sale for the month of October. These warmers, and I think this was just so smart on Scentsy's part, are part of our element warmers, which means that there is no light from them. There is a very low wattage little hot plate thing that warms the wax, and they're all one piece. And the lids come off. I'll show you. I have the football ones to show you. But the point is that they are perfect for a kid's room. There's no light at night. It isn't going to keep a child awake. And if it got knocked, there is not a dish that's going to fall out spilling wax all over. I mean, if the wax does fall out, spill or whatever, it's not going to burn anybody. It's not going to do any damage, which is one of the reasons why we all love Scentsy, is for the safety factor. But I just think making these element warmers was such a great idea because you can use them for children's rooms. And here are some pictures. Let's see if it's in there. Of the 4 warmers. Okay. And all right, now my kludgy setup here. Let's hope this is going to work. I'm sitting at my kitchen table. The idea of my even having a desk in this house, I'm lucky I can get the kitchen table emptied one day a week just to do this. So I have everything sort of cramped here, and everything plugged in is sort of hanging off of it's a very high-tech, high-budget show here we're all hanging off of an extension cord that is draped over a kitchen chair. So if something's moved poorly, not only is that going to fall over, but everything attached to it is going to fall too. So we're going to be real careful here. But without any further ado, here we go. Okay, let's try not to knock the whole thing over. Oh gosh, every time I do this, it's a disaster. This is Touchdown. Now, I chose the football. We were also consultants. We were able to pick which one we wanted. Now, anyone who knows me well knows that I am a diehard baseball fan. Okay, I grew up on baseball. I am a huge baseball fan, but I also love football. So this was a very tough choice for me to pick. But I figured going into football season, it would be nice, obviously, to have the football out, but I can absolutely assure you that I am going back for a baseball, because come March, I am going to be wanting that baseball out on my piano. So for right now, I got the football, and as you can see, this part comes off. This centerpiece here, which is attached, there is not even any hot plate there is nothing here other than the place where you put the wax in, and melted, even hot, whatever, you can stick your fingers in there. It's just like getting a paraffin hand treatment. It is nowhere near warm enough to burn. So like I said, it is great for kids' rooms. And you put the top on. Now if you look at each of the warmers, if you go online on my website, which I will put underneath here, if you look at each of the warmers, they are designed to look exactly like the real thing. So the football, it feels like the pig, I think it's pig skin, is it? Calf skin? I don't know. Somebody tell me what a football's made out of, please, but that's what the texture feels like in actual football. If you look at the soccer ball and the baseball, they are both smooth. But if you look at the basketball, it has the same texture as a real basketball would have to it, which is really, really nice. And I'm going to give you a good look here. At the top, you can see the lacings of the football. Now, these cutouts here, just so you know, there is not light going to come out of these cutouts. There will be no light showing when you turn the warmer on. The fragrance is what comes out of these holes. These are not holes for light, so as I said, it's great for a child's room. But when you turn it on, and I am going to turn it on right now so you can see, there is a red light in the back, and I don't know if you're going to be able to tell from the lighting here, but there you can see. Okay, the red light comes on in the back so that you can tell that it's on. It's not like you won't know or you won't be able to tell, but that's how you know that the warmer is on or off, is by that red light in the back. So again, this is one of the 4 warmers of the month for October. In addition to the football, we have a baseball, my favorite. We have a soccer ball, and we have a basketball. And each one of those is $31.50 for the month of October. And of course, we get a new scent of the month. And this month, and I've said this before, I'm not really much into the food type scents. I do like, when the weather starts to get a little cooler, I do like to put in, you know, like a pumpkin smell or something a little bit more more bakery type smell, but that's not usually where I'm at. I like the light, the citruses, the clean type fragrances, but this is the second one that has completely sucked me in. This month is Toffee Butter Crunch. Okay. And let's see. It is definitely toffee. That is the top note. You can definitely smell, hello Emma, you can definitely smell the toffee. It is a buttery toffee. There is a little, like a nutty, buttery toffee smell to it. It's delicious. It is absolutely delicious smell. And again, I'm not into spicy smells. I'm not into those very strong food type smells. This just makes your house smell like something really delicious is baking in the oven. Some people have said butterscotch. I don't think it's buttery enough. I don't get butterscotch. I get a toffee fragrance. Definitely smells like toffee. If you drink, and my favorite is a toffee nut latte. So if you love that scent, if that is you will absolutely love this, because it is completely nailed in this fragrance. That's exactly what it smells like. And I'm going to read to you what the description of the scent is. It's described as salted caramel glaze, candied walnuts, toffee, and vanilla bean. All the ingredients for a delectable sensory confection are here in one sweet, intoxicating fragrance you'll savor all season long. And that's true. This is definitely not something that you would just say I would want in the fall, or I would have no problem burning this all year. This wouldn't bother me. And the candied walnuts, I knew there is a bit of a nut smell in there. You definitely can smell that. So again, the bar, any one of those 4 warmers that you choose, the room sprays, the scent circles are all 10% off for the month. I've shown these before, but I've not really discussed the room fragrance that much. And these are fabulous if you don't want something lingering, or, let's say you've been cooking and you want to get that smell out of the house, and you want it to smell like something you want it to smell like, or whatever, you can hit the room with a couple of sprays of the room spray, and then put your warmer on, put your bars in, and it is so effective, and it is so cost effective as well, because it's 2.7 fluid ounces, but you only need 1 or 2 sprays in a room, in a good sized room, and you're going to get the scent. And what I love about it is that the scent is true. It does not smell any different. It does not smell any more overwhelming. The scent sprays are a great way to go, and they're great to keep in the bathroom as well. If you just want to freshen your bathroom, there are plenty of fragrances that are just a clean smell. You don't have to have your bathroom smelling like pumpkin spice if you don't want to. There's French lavender, there's clean breeze, there's a whole bunch of just clean smells. So that is the scent and warmer of the month for October. And I know we're going a little heavy on the Scentsy this month, but I have to introduce something that I am very new to, that is very new to Scentsy. It just came out and I just got mine, so I have to kind of show that now too. So I know we're going a little bit heavy on it, but bear with me because I think you will really, really enjoy seeing this. This year Scentsy came out with, we are known for primarily our wax and warmers, room scents, Scentsy bar, car bars, laundry soaps, things like that. But this year, Scentsy has branched out into oils and diffusers. And this is something that I was not familiar with. I have never been really tried aromatherapy. I've never gone into the oils. I mean, I have purchased oils, and I'll tell you what I did with them. I have a wood stove, and I keep a cast iron kettle on my wood stove that I fill with water so that the room doesn't dry out from the stove. And what I do is I've been putting oil in that water, and it scents the room, and that's how I've been using it. Well, there are other ways. Who knew? And Scentsy did make the decision that if they were going to go into the business with diffusers and oils, that they were going to do it right. And they did a lot of research and came out with a diffuser that I did. Since they came out with this, I have done a lot of research on these diffusers, because again, it was not something I was familiar with. It was not something I had even really heard of. So I wanted to compare, and I wanted to see. And I think when you see this, if you are a person who is into aromatherapy, who is into oil diffusers, you will understand and know exactly what I mean. So there are 3 different styles that Scentsy has come out with. Now what I'm going to do first is I am going to show you the common element. I know I'm going to bust something. In all of them. This is the body of it. Okay, this is exactly the same in all 3 of the units. All right, this is your base, and this is where, we're going to do it together, this is where you put your water. You do not have to use bottled water. You don't have to use distilled water. You can use water straight from your tap. And just as a note, all of the diffusers, all of the warmers, but all of the diffusers as well, you need to register it, but they all have a lifetime warranty. Using water from your tap, using oil from another company does not void your warranty. So buy with confidence that Scentsy stands 100% behind this product. But moving along, I'm only doing this because I'm not near the tap. But you fill this, and there is a max line inside, you will see it, with water, tap water. If you use bottled water, use bottled water. Doesn't matter, makes no difference. And Scentsy does have a line of oils, which I will explain some. Why do I do that? Everything's always upside down. I should start the other way. Okay, I am using vanilla nutmeg cardamom. Now that to me sounded like the most disgusting smell. Sorry, it did. But everyone was raving about it, and I was like, you know what? It sounds so gross. I really have to try it. I really have to try it. It is so delicious. It smells so good. I can't even describe it. You kind of just like have to do what I did and just try it. It's a vanilla with, it's not even spiced. It's just a vanilla on steroids. That's the only way I can think of to say it. It's just an amazing smell, and it's so soft. It is very, very, very soft. So what you're going to do is you're just going to put in a few drops. Now they say to start with 5. I know it looks like it's streaming out. I'm looking here, I'm like, she's pouring in half the bottle, but it's not. It's actually dropping. Start with 5. I found that was not enough. Definitely not enough. I wanted to smell it. So, but it's up to you. You can put in, this is totally how much oil you want to put in. That's up to you. Okay, so now we put this plastic lid on the top, and we have this. This is the same regardless of, that is my dog groaning in the back. Like I said, I have no idea. I have no wranglers here. I just have 2 people hiding. So I have no idea what noises we're going to be listening to. But okay, this is exactly the same. The sort of guts part of the diffuser. The choice you have is of 3 shades, and this is the shade that I chose. This is called Emma. This is called Instill. Okay, and if you look, I was shocked. If you look at the pictures, it looks solid white, and it's not. It is a gradient with almost like a darker gray on the bottom, and it goes up to a white, and it's completely textured. It is glass, and what you do, there are 2 buttons. That's it. 2 buttons on the side. 1 button controls the mist. This is cool mist. There is no heat, nothing to burn, nothing. It's cool air mist. If you push the button once, oh please, there you can see it. It's working. Okay, let's see if I can put my hand back there. Oh, that makes it worse. Hold on 1 second. If you put, okay, when you push the button once, you get a fairly strong mist. Okay, if you push the button again, you're going to get an intermittent mist. On the full mist, it will last, you will get 8 hours of fragrance, and then it will shut off. When it runs out of water, it will shut off. If you run it on the half, you will get, I'm sorry, I'm confused. On the half, you get 8 hours. If you run it on the full, you will get 4 hours of fragrance time. And then when it runs out of water, it will shut off. Okay, so again, 4 hours on the full one, and 8 hours on the half. That is the mist part. You don't have to use the mist part. There is also a light. There are a lot of lights, and it's so beautifully done. Let me see if I can try to explain it. When you first push the button, that's what comes on, just the light. If you push the button again, it dims. Now it's flickering a little bit on the camera. In real life, it's just a dim light. On the 3rd push, it will flicker to simulate a candle. So it's just sort of a white light with the candle flickering. And as you can see, I do have the diffuser running right now. You don't have to. You can turn the diffuser off. You don't have to have the lights. You can just use the diffuser. You can just use the light. You can use the light and the diffuser. Now here's the magic. If you hold the button in for 2 seconds, now I'm just hoping that this is going to show. I don't know. Putting it over here is better. I thought it would be much better if I just inserted a video that would show the color change better than anything I was being able to manipulate to do. So I think this shows it much better than I was attempting to, and certainly with a lot less calamity than I was sure to have. But you can see that it very gently fades from one color into the next, and it cycles through a total of 16 LED colors, which is really pretty. But one of the features that I really like the most is that you can click again on the button and it will stay on that particular one color if you don't want it to continue to cycle. In other words, if you like the red, if you like the orange, just click the button, the light button, and it will stay on that color, and you can then keep clicking to find the color that you really like and that you want to leave it on. So again, I think this showed the colors better than I was trying to, and I hope this gives you a better idea of what it looks like. So I cannot tell you how impressed I was with the diffuser, with the oils. Now, one thing I do want to say, our oils are for fragrance only. There are no health claims made with them. They are strictly for fragrance. But if you are a user and a lover of aromatherapy oils, and you have oils that you love, that you enjoy, that you really do like, you can use them in this. Okay, the quality of this diffuser, I don't think you will be able to find one that is a better quality. Again, they have a lifetime warranty. If they, for any reason, stop working, Scentsy will replace it. So I know that a lot of the diffusers out there, from the information that I've done, the research that I've done, after a while they stop working. They clog, there's deposits and whatnot, and then you have to go out and repurchase it. Scentsy does not want you to deal with that. If it stops working, they replace it. It's that simple. And the fact that you go out and you buy oils that you love from other companies that they have, that you already enjoy, that you enjoy, does not void your warranty. So you can feel comfortable using any oils that you may be using. And I'm just now getting into it, having been sick for several weeks. I've never tried aromatherapy. I've never used any type of oil, like I said, other than putting it in my cast iron pot on my wood stove and whatever was in the store I bought. And I am finding that for me, it has been very relaxing. It has been, I've enjoyed it. So again, I mean, a lot of people do use it for health benefits. We do not claim that of any of our oils, and I'm just starting to do some study and research into different oils, so I can't offer any information on that part. But I can tell you that if you look on our website, there are 23 oils to pick from if you would like to get some to get you started with the diffuser. But it is, if you are into that type of fragrancing, I cannot recommend this diffuser highly enough. It is that beautiful and it is that well made. So that's it for Scentsy. I know it was a lot, and I thank you for bearing with me on that, but I was very excited about that, and I really was very, very impressed with that. So now we are going to move on to the knitting. I really had some, I wonder if I make this louder, if that would, let's see, maybe that volume will help. I was having a lot of focusing issues, and I had to stop working for a little while on my Painted Desert because I couldn't follow the pattern. I was having trouble, and I was finding that I wasn't knitting at all, and that wasn't making me happy. So what I did was I went back to some whips that I had that had been neglected but were a little less straining, were a little bit more easy on my mind, and that's what I've been working on. So without further ado, let's get down to the knitting. Enough. Let's go with the knitting. Again, hiding in one of my, this is my 2014 SSK Fat Squirrel bag, because you can never have enough Fat Squirrel bags. You can't. I don't care if anybody says you can't have enough. I didn't even realize I made a little sheepy on there. Okay. This is my Hitafude. And I'm actually really enjoying knitting this. I'm not sure what I put this down to start, because I always have like startitis. I'm sorry, but the fiber that comes flying out of things is like unbelievable. So this I am doing in Dragonfly Fibers. Dragonfly Fibers in Dragonfly Sock in the Cognac colorway. And I purchased 4 skeins. For some reason, I cannot find the 4th one. I have to call my local yarn store, which is closing. I'm not even going to talk about it because it makes me so sad. I am just not even going to talk about it, but it's closing. I know. Very, very sad. But I am loving this. This colorway is so out of my comfort zone that I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I think this particular sweater, I think everybody's, I didn't pull it up, but I think everybody knows what the Hitafude looks like by now. And that's how far I've gotten. Now, I've actually done a bit in the past few days because, like I said, once you get the pattern, it's not complicated at all. It's like an 8-row lace pattern, and 4 of the rows are just purl the pearls and knit the knit. So it's not complicated. And it was just exactly what I needed in the past few days because I could not focus on anything else. So it's coming along. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the yarn. I am making the large size. I have looked at so many of these online, and I've seen all different, that it ran small, that it ran large, and I'm thinking I'm going to have something underneath it. I'd always rather larger than smaller. It doesn't have to meet in the front, but I think if it did, it's not going to be something so terrible. But I can't stand anything tight. So that's why I'm working on the large. It'll always fit somebody. If it doesn't fit me, it'll fit somebody. So there it is, my Hitafude, rolling along. I think I'm halfway through the sleeve. Because I think what you do is you knit the sleeve, you fold it in half. It's done some kludgy way, I don't know. And then you pick up the rib for the back. If I look too far ahead, I'm going to confuse myself so horribly that it'll end up in this whip bag permanently. Another thing that I did get some work done on, and I was really happy, I'm kind of almost caught up now, well, sort of caught up now, is my Circo cowl, which I didn't work on at all last week, but I did this week. I'm almost done with clue 2 and ready to go on to clue 3. I have, believe me, I didn't graft it that well that I won't be able to find it. Here it is. I was right, the provisional cast on, you do graft the 2 ends together. Now, in the pattern, Laura says it's not going to show. I'm hoping it doesn't, because this is probably one of the worst graft jobs that I've ever done. I mean, I really wasn't, I was trying, but my head wasn't at it. But what you did is you put the half twist in before you graft it, so you end up with a phobius cowl. Okay, and what we are going to do now is, because there is a twist, we're going to pick up all the way around the edges and put in some elongated stitches. That's the end of clue 2. And then clue 3, we will start doing some lace beading. So I'm looking forward to that. I just had to put it down because the grafting was making me crazy. But what I will say is this. If you are on Craftsy, if you want to learn, if you struggle with Kitchener stitch, I cannot recommend enough, and this is Laura pointed us to it, and I am just, like I said, from the M Club, more than anything else, the value for me of that club was what I have learned from the club, from the knit-alongs. Even if if you're not that wild about the pattern, I can't think of any that I don't wear. So it's not like there were any that I really didn't like. But even if there's 1 or 2 that you're not so crazy about, that's not even the beginning of it. to me, it was what I learned on every single pattern. I steeked a pattern. I cut my knitting, and it came out perfect. So, like I said, to me, the value was in the learning. And one of the things that I learned here, and again, I was not paying attention when I had taken out the provisional, part of my problem was when I took the provisional cast on off, for some reason it didn't unzip quite, usually it just unzips, you pick the stitches up and you go on. Of course, this time it didn't, so I was digging stitches out and I probably didn't pick them up correctly. So that was my fault. But Laura recommends, there is a class on Craftsy by Ann Hansen called The Ins and Outs of Grafting. It is a free Craftsy class. Go take it. Just go take it. I am a cuff down sock girl, so I have been Kitchenering the toe of my sock forever. And I did have that thing with me, the card and the cheat and all of that, and that's great. And then I memorized it, and that was it. I memorized it. I know how to Kitchener a toe. This is what you do. But I didn't know why you did it. I didn't know why it worked. You just did it. Well, that's fine if you're only going to be grafting stockinette. What if you're grafting ribbing? Never occurred to me. What if you're grafting something in seed stitch? I don't know. I thought you do it the same way. You don't. And Anne explains in that Craftsy class, and when you're done with that 10 minutes of explaining the grafting ribbing, you will be able to graft any pattern that you've done together. And I'm not going to go into explaining it here. Like I said, it is a free class. Take it. It's called The Ins and Outs of Grafting. It is a class by Ann Hansen. And she explains why you prep the way you do and why you remove the way that you do. And once you understand that, you're golden. You can graft anything. So again, I don't think it was, I understood it, and I think there was already a problem with my stitches on this, which is why my grafting didn't come out the way it did, but I'm not going back. I'm pressing ahead. I'm very pleased with it. This yarn is so soft. I just want more of this. This is Knit Circus in the Greatest of Ease, I think, color base, and it is just, oh my goodness, it is so soft. So we're still in the blue. And I will be picking up and doing the drop stitches in this teal kind of color. And then I've seen some people are starting to get into the darker charcoal colors. So that'll be fun to look forward to. So that's the second thing that I have been working on. And the third thing, and it is almost finished, so maybe next week I will have a whip. That would be a miracle. I am working on, and this I actually did pull up because it's not that common of a pattern. This is also from Craftsy's website, and it closed down on me. Oh, here we go. Okay, yes, I'm now offline. That's nice. I am working on these, what is it, honey bootliners? These are called honey bootliners. What is this not focus? There we go. There you can see it. And these are, they are just too cute. That's the only thing I can think of to say is they are just too cute. You can buy the kit, which I did from Craftsy, but honestly, I think it was just either worsted or sport weight yarn. It's Cascade. It's nothing dramatic. It's nothing hard to find. And I finished one. I started these. I started these late winter, early spring for my daughter, and they sat. And then it was like, it's spring, it's summer. Why am I doing bootliners? She's not going to be able to wear them. So I put them away. And then I picked them back up again because it really is an easy, fun knit. This one is finished. This is the first one. And what you're doing, it is a simple, simple, simple lace pattern at the top. Let's see if I can. It's like a diamond, an offset diamond pattern is the way I would describe it. So there you go. The top is rib, and then there is a picot, but it's not a knit on picot. It's like knit multiple stitches in one stitch. It's very, very simple to do. This is not a hard or a complicated pattern in any way, shape, or form. So when you finish with the lace, you do regular stockinette with your decreases for the leg, right there. You do your ribbing on the bottom, and that's it. And you pull it on, and just the top, as you can see, no ends woven in. I probably will tuck them in. I'm terrible at that. My friends end up taking my stuff and just weaving it in for me because, I don't know, I choose not to see it. But at any rate, that's my finished one. And now I am almost finished with my second one. Geez, I didn't even know I had these size. I was looking all over for them. There you go. Now I know. Take out your whips. And here we are. I am on to the decreases. So I am almost at the bottom of the second one. I love the color. I absolutely enjoyed knitting these. They are fun. They look amazing with boots. I already have the yarn for a pair for myself. Yes, I'm gonna wear them. I don't care if it's too young, whatever. I think they're adorable. I think they're cute. And when I was in Nashville at SSK this past July, I was not coming home without a pair of cowboy boots. Yes, I was getting myself a pair of cowboy boots, and I did. And I have to say, I had so much fun rocking those boots wearing shorts. At my age, really? Are you kidding me? I didn't care. I wasn't going back there. No one knew who I was, and nobody even looked twice. Everybody does it down there. So it's like, hey, I need a pair of these boot warmer things, to go in those boots. I gotta be rocking these at home with my leggings. So I already have another one on tap. I don't think I have I would look at the, oh wait, I do. Hold on. This is in, what bag is this? Because I absolutely love, oh, here we go. This is a Freckled Whimsy bag. I believe she's on Etsy. And these bags are great. These bags are great, and I'll tell you why. Because they sit flat on the table, okay, and they fold over. Her handles are down far enough that you can just fold this puppy over and work right out of the bag. I loved it. And when I see pink, black, and white, and then sheep, well, that's like waving the flag in front of the bull. I don't even care what it is. I'm gonna buy it. It is sport, and it is Cascade 220 sport. So it is not expensive yarn. It is actually a pleasure to work with. It really is very nice. I mean, it's not, I'm sure when it washes, it will be much, much softer. It certainly isn't rough. It was very pleasant to work with, easy to work with. It was not splitty. I would buy it again. In fact, that's what I got for my own pair. So it's low. I'm sure you can find it online. I'm sure if you have a local yarn store, it's not a difficult yarn to find. And again, the pattern you purchase on Craftsy. It is a Craftsy pattern. And I don't believe it. No, I don't think you have to get the kit. I think you can just get the pattern if you want. So again, like I said, if you have sport weight yarn hanging around, I think you need 2 skeins of it. Let me just check the yardage on it. I'm sorry, I still have a cold that's just not going anywhere. I think it was 2 skeins, and it's 164 yards a skein. That sounds about right. So if you are interested, if you would like a pair of very, very, very cute boot liners, these are adorable. And like I said, I have not seen them on Ravelry. I only happened to see them when I was browsing through Craftsy. That's how I came up on them. So check out Craftsy. They have a lot of really nice patterns, and I will say this also. If you are on Craftsy a lot, check out their patterns and their shops, because I have found some pretty amazing deals on Madeline Tosh Light, on some very popular yarns at some very amazing, I think Sweet Georgia was on there. So keep an eye out on Craftsy, and if you sign up for their newsletter or you sign up to be a member, you don't have to buy a class, it's free to sign up. They will send you an email. When they have sales, they have some really amazing sales on their kits. So I didn't know that until I had started getting the emails from them and until I got some of their kits. They have some really, really great deals sometimes. So keep your eye open on there. It's worth it. It's definitely worth giving it a look. And that leads me into stash enhancement. I only have a little bit, thank goodness, but this is things that actually came in the mail. Fortunately, I wasn't able to go out and do any more stash enhancing, but I have been a member of the Into the World Club for quite some time, the fiber club, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, but I have so much now that there is absolutely no way I could spin it all. So with much regret, I was in the Lux Club. I did email Chris and tell her that I needed to at least stop for a while until I could catch up and do something with the fiber that I had. And she was a sweetheart about it. She was a darling. She understood totally. So I did get my last club installment, which I love. Now I'm sorry, but I can always go back. And this is this is September's club. This is 60/40 Polworth and Tussa Silk, and it is in the Talisman colorway. And from this side, what can I say? I've never seen anything from Chris that I didn't like, that I didn't love. And in fact, I had gotten one, I don't remember which one it was, one colorway that I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, you really gotta be kidding me. It spun up into my favorite skein of yarn ever. I absolutely loved it. So I totally trust Chris, which is why I stayed in the club. I upgraded from the classic to the luxe, because her fiber prep is incomparable. Her color sense is amazing. If you ever are at a festival where she is vending, just go in there just to get some inspiration. And see what really finely prepped fiber is. And I can also say, if you're beginning spinning and you're just learning, sometimes the prep can make all the difference in your frustration level. And if you're learning how to spin and you're having some difficulty, or you're really finding that the drafting is not working well, don't look at it as, I don't want to spend on good fiber. I did that too. I don't want to waste it. You're going to end up with yarn. And the thing is, I think you're going to cut your frustration level and your success to failure ratio in half, if not more, just by using a very well prepped fiber. And you can't go wrong with Chris's fibers. So I can't recommend it enough. I don't know what this dog is chewing over there. It can't be good because she's enjoying it too much. Emma. She just broke her toy. I never saw a dog could chew. This dog could chew through wood. So that's one thing. And the second thing that I have, I actually am going to show you 2 months worth, because I'm in love with this. If you have not heard of this, you need to at least check it out. It is something called Yarnbox, and it is a subscription. Okay. I'm gonna say it's $30-something a month. That includes shipping, but don't quote me. Go to their website. I believe it's yarnbox.com. I'll post it below. And basically what you get is just a surprise. It's yarn, but it is a surprise every month. And this is last month's, and I just wanted to show you this just to give you an idea. You get patterns, a crochet pattern and a knit pattern, and you get an explanation of the yarn that's in the box. Last month it was Bugga, 2 skeins of Bugga, and whatever you, again, and I don't know, I'm turning into like this orange fanatic. All of a sudden I'm loving orange. I never liked orange. Never liked orange. I don't even like the taste of orange. I don't like the flavor of orange. All of a sudden I'm crazy for orange. Go figure. I think like the senility, the crazy is just really setting in. But at any rate, it was 2 skeins of the Verdant Griffin hand Bugga, called Awaiting the Tiger is the name of the colorway. And like I said, these are, you pay 34, I want to say 32, 34, something like that per box, and that includes shipping. Okay. And this is, each one of these skeins is $29. It is superwash merino wool, 20% Mongolian cashmere and 10% nylon. And you have 2 skeins of 412 yards each. Really? I mean, that's like giving away yarn. And it is, oh my goodness, so awesome. So if you are not familiar with Yarnbox, check them out. You won't be sorry. A couple of months ago, I got Titus in a green. That was, I think I got like 3 skeins of that. I couldn't believe it. This month, this is a yarn company I haven't heard from. This is called Shine On, and it is from Teresa Rouge Designs. And there were 2 kinds that sent out. There are sometimes different boxes. Some people get different colorways, people get different weights. This time I got, they're calling it fingering weight. I'm gonna say this is heavy lace weight at best. Okay, this is definitely more along the lines of a lace weight. It is 100% Tencel yarn, and it is in a beautiful, rich ruby red colorway. There are 2 skeins, and there's some pretty incredible yardage here. There's 500, yeah, it says heavy lace weight, light fingering. I would have to say this is definitely more to me of a lace weight, but total it's 1,040 yards. I added 520 twice in my head. That's pretty good for me, okay? So this is what you get with Yarnbox. You don't know, from month to month it changes, but it is always a great value. And again, if you don't have ideas or don't know about the yarn, they give you a crochet and a knit pattern for inspiration included in that. That is my stash enhancement. That is it. That is what I have for that. We have a contest from last week we will pull a winner for the Socks That Rock in the blue raspberry mousse colorway. We had 11 entries. Now that may be because I left it open for an extra week because we didn't have any entries, but we had 11 entries, so I am really excited about that. And I have my random number generator here, and I have in there 2 to 12, and I will hit generate, and I generated number 12. So I don't actually have the thread open. Let's see who that is. Okay, bear with me. I'm having I will get the hang of this. One day I'm going to be so prepared that it's not even funny how prepared I'm going to be. And you're all going to be like, oh my goodness, she didn't knock anything over. There were no bloopers. She didn't forget something. All right, here we go. Forums. Okay, oops. Waiting. Try Linda is number 12. So Try Linda said that she's been to Stitches East a couple of times and really enjoyed going. Unfortunately, they don't have that anymore. No, they don't. And I also went. It was in Hartford, Connecticut. For those of you that don't know, they used to hold Stitches East. I know they have it now, Stitches South, Stitches Midwest, Stitches West. They used to have a Stitches East, and it was in Hartford, Connecticut, and it was fun. I did take a number of classes at that event and went to the market several times. So Try Linda. If you will PM me on Ravelry with your snail mail address, I will get this out to you as soon as possible. So you are the winner of the Socks That Rock. And for next week, because I just am so loaded with Into the World, and I feel horrible sitting on so much of this beautiful stuff. That's what we're going to have for our contest for next week. I have picked a very kind of neutral blues and greens, very similar to the one from now. This is Falkland from July of 2013. That's how I've been in this club forever. And this is called Carth colorway. So this is going to be for the contest for next week. And what I would like is, in honor of our warmer of the month, I would like you to tell me what is your favorite sport. And if you'd like, tell me why. I grew up on baseball. My grandfather worked on a lot of the local stadiums. He worked on Shea Stadium, which is now Citi Field. He worked on Ebbets Field. I have autographed baseballs from some of the greats. So I really, really grew up on baseball. So that is a sport that I understand. I have been a part of my entire life. But that does not stop me from loving football. I do enjoy watching hockey. So baseball is part of my history, and I think that's why I love it so much. I know the game from the inside, from having somebody who the ball players were his friends inside out. I'd like to know what your favorite sport is. It does not have to be a full sport. I'm talking any sport. It can be gymnastics, which I love gymnastics. Tennis, ice skating. Tell me what your favorite sport is, and if you can, tell me why. I'd love to know why you fell in love with the sport and why you enjoy the sport. So that is going to be our prompt for next week. I will close the contest when I record next. Hopefully we'll have more than like 2 entries, and otherwise I'll leave it open. But at that point, I will close and we will choose a contest winner next week. And I cannot believe that this episode is now almost 57 minutes and I have been talking for that long. So I guess I did have a lot left over. I only hope I have something to say come Friday. But be that as it may, I am just so grateful to those who tune in now for the past 4 weeks. And I am so thankful that you keep coming back. I am very, very grateful for new viewers who are willing to try me out and to give the podcast a try. This episode was a little slanted towards Scentsy because I was very excited. I just got all this stuff and it sat in boxes because I didn't even have the strength to open them. So I was kind of really excited to share that with you. Hopefully I will have some more knitting projects next week, maybe even an FO. I will have a pair of boot toppers to show. And between now and then, I look forward to seeing you next week. To those of you who are in the Carolina area, please stay safe. We are thinking of you up here. Brings back memories of Sandy. So we know a little bit about what you're going through. And from experience, I can just tell you, please just stay safe. Property can be replaced, things can be replaced, but lives cannot. So please, if you are in that area with all of that heavy, heavy flooding, please just stay safe, be careful, take care. And between now and next when I see you, as always, knit with sense.